Hello, Wolverine families. This is Katrina Creek, the principal at West Middleton, and I'm just doing a pre-start of the school year check-in. There's a lot of information that we want to share with you. I'm sure you're feeling very overwhelmed, so I'm going to do my best to keep it succinct, but give you the information that you need. I first wanted to start out by just saying, I'm sure you're all on information overload. I know that I am myself, both as a principal, but also as a parent. Last week, we had many meetings and professional development all day, and then each of my kids goes to a different school. I have one in elementary, one in middle, and one starting high school. They all had different information nights and meetings with teachers, and I didn't know which way was up. So I feel for you all, and I know information is coming at a rapid pace. There's lots of it. There's lots to keep track of. What I'm finding, honestly, for myself and for my family is that I have to reevaluate how we organize ourselves. And I have to stay on top of my home email in a way that I never have before. And I don't have the answers yet, but I'm just being aware that what worked before, whether it was when we actually were in school or even in the spring, isn't going to work right now. And we, from a school perspective, we want to over communicate versus under communicate. Obviously, we want to make it just right, like Goldilocks. But I would much rather err on the side of over communicating, and you can keep it in your inbox, not listen to it, but to know it's there. So, just sharing my compassion with you all for everything that we're going through. Another thing that I wanted to just put out there is I'm anticipating we're going to have technology issues next week, whether that's on our end here at school or people having internet issues at home, and we'll work it out. Zoom links maybe not working, not being able to get online. And so I think when we can anticipate that things are going to go a little awry, when they do, roll with it a little bit better. So next week we'll be getting all the kinks out. We've got some great, resources. Teachers, hopefully classroom teachers have communicated, are going to be communicating in the next day or two to make sure you have everything you need so that your kiddo can get logged in and connected with us on Tuesday morning. I think maybe in one video I had talked about we were planning on starting our morning meetings at 8, and then we had survey data from you all. So we sent out those surveys. We got a lot of responses back. We also had amazing Ready, Set, Go conferences. So thank you for taking the time to do that. And what we heard over and over and over again was 8 o'clock was, for many people, too early to get kids on and logged into Zoom. A lot of daycares, a lot of people are utilizing daycares, and though they were not able to start supporting learning until a little later, 8:45 or 9, families saying I'm dropping my kids off at 8. And so we really believe that morning meeting Zoom, as well as obviously the small group and individuals, are the most important and high leverage pieces. And in order to make sure we can have as many kids as possible, we scooch those back. And so teams are doing morning meeting either at 8:45 or 9 o'clock. And we're gonna be flexible. We're gonna see how we do and how many kids show up. We're taking data. We want to reach as many kids as possible for that. So just to give you a heads up about that. I will be in the newsletter. I'm going to have a link to Encore Zooms. So our Encore or specials teachers, the first 2 weeks are going to have office hours between 1 and 2. And basically what that means is those are just drop-in times that you can come in if you have questions yourself, or if your child wants to see Mrs. Highland, the art teacher, or meet our new technology teachers, Mr. Young or Severson, you can do that. So the first weeks, our Encore teachers they'll be sharing lessons, and they'll be having office hours. And I will share a document where you can just click on the link and you'll be directed to their Zoom office hours. Starting the third week of school, they will be offering some small groups depending on the day and what Encore your child's class is. So hopefully that's another opportunity for kids to connect with our teachers here at West Middleton. All right, let's see here. I shared this before and I'll share it again. We have our PBIS Wolverine Way matrix about how can we be respectful, responsible, safe, and learners. And so I will be going over those four in morning announcements, and classroom teachers will be sharing videos on that. And that's something that you can go over with your child as well to reinforce everything that's happening at home and make sure that we're just trying to give you as many tools as we can, because I know you're in positions to be parents and teachers and all of that good stuff. Attendance. So anytime your kiddo is in a live Zoom, whether it's a morning meeting or one-on-one or small group, that counts them as present. And if they log into Seesaw and complete the activities, that also would mark them as present for the day. Wednesdays are the days we do not have live instruction. And so it will be very important that your kiddo logs in on Wednesdays and completes some of the assignments. If for some reason you can't get logged in on a Wednesday due to work schedules or whatnot, but they're able to log in and do the work on Thursday or Friday, they will still be counted as present. And we have lunches. You can pre-order lunches. It's a week in advance if you go to our Middleton Cross Plains Area School District website, and you can go onto the nutrition department and order lunches, and they will be delivered to bus stops. So I know for me as a parent, my kids are not going to really have supervision. I will be here, and Dave will be at his job. And so we are ordering lunches from our school because that will just be one less thing that we have to worry about. So that's helpful to you. That's the service that we have. So we wanted to share some big work that we are continuing this year. For those of you who have been with us, you know that our mission is to be a compassionate, collaborative community that supports learning for all. And part of how we do this is through our inclusion and equity and social justice work. And we do believe that social justice and anti-racist work is the work of being a better human being to other human beings. And we believe that at this moment in our world, cultivating positive identity formation for all of our students is something that helps to prepare them to live and work in a diverse world. So we send home with the school supplies identity journals for all of our students. So you either had something like this or like this. This is work that we began last year. Our staff worked on this, and we know part of our job as educators is to constantly be learning about ourselves and our mindsets and where we come from, so that we are always open and growing. We need to be students ourselves in order to be teachers. And so we had some teachers who piloted these identity journals with kiddos in various grades, and it went super well. So we are doing this school-wide, and we are following the teaching tolerance social justice standards, and we're starting with identity standards. So you can see on the screen here, there's K2 standards and 3-4 standards, and they're beautiful. They're beautiful. I'll read a few of them. I know and like who I am, and I can talk about my family and myself and name some of my group identities. I know that all of my group identities are part of me, but that I am always all of me. I can feel good about my identity without making someone else feel badly about who they are. I know my family, and I do things the same as and different from other people and groups. And I know how to use what I learned from home, school, and other places that matter to me. So these are all things that will help all of our kiddos to just grow into amazing human beings and to truly know themselves. And so we will be working through the identity journals. This is our 2-4 identity journal, and this is our kindergarten first grade. It says first grade, but it's K1. We also sent home copies so that if you had other children in your family, they could be working on these too. And we truly hope this is something that you all can do together as a family. These will be released on Wednesdays as part of the asynchronous work that we do. And yeah, we cannot wait to see what conversations they spark and just the learning and growth that comes out of it. On that note, I hope that you all get some good sleep and that you are ready for the week. We cannot wait to see your kids. We know there's going to be bumps in the road, and it's going to be okay because we're doing it together. Thank you all so much for your support and for being the amazing community that you are. We could not do this without you. Take care.